The word coach comes from the Hungarian word for carriage, the link being the transportation of someone from where they are to where they want to be. This can be seen as the broad aim of coaching, to facilitate the learning, development and increased performance of an individual, to take them from one place, where they are now, to another place, where they want to be. Eric Parslow described coaching as a process that enables learning and development to occur, and thus performance to improve. This is quite a broad definition, and one that can apply to learning through other processes such as training or teaching. So let's look at some other features that are more unique to coaching. Coaching is generally carried out in one-to-one meetings or coaching sessions, usually between a coach and coachee, although line managers can also use coaching skills to get the best out of their team members, and this approach can be much more informal. Coaching tends to focus on a short-term performance goal, with sessions scheduled as required to facilitate the achievement of that goal. This goal focus, or focus on future solutions, is also a feature of coaching. Coaching conversations are about progress, personal development, finding solutions, and committing to action. So coaching is a dynamic, proactive, challenging, two-way process. There are many different variances of coaching. You may have heard of some of the following: skills coaching, performance coaching, life coaching, transformational coaching, even executive coaching. They all focus on different areas and therefore different goals, but in reality there can be quite a lot of overlap between different types of coaching. Rather than get hung up on all these different types and their distinctions, it's probably more important to find out what the coachee and their organisation want to achieve through coaching. This will shape what type of coaching you undertake and who will do it. Some people consider coaching to be a non-directive way of learning. When we say non-directive, we mean that the coach gives very little direction or instruction to the coachee. Instead, they support the coachee to come up with their own goals, ideas and conclusions. Miles Downey uses a coaching spectrum to compare the directive with the non-directive. At the push or directive end of the spectrum, the focus is on solving the problem for the other person. This can be through instructing, giving advice, offering advice and feedback, and making suggestions. Whereas at the pull end, the focus is on helping them to find their own solutions. Techniques used here include questioning to build awareness, summarising, paraphrasing, reflecting, and learning to understand. This non-directive approach is something that does make coaching different from other forms of learning and from having a normal conversation. There are some concerns that this pure non-directive approach isn't always possible or beneficial in a business environment, that sometimes this overlooks the business requirements or takes a lot of valuable time. With that in mind, coaching can move around Downey's coaching spectrum. There doesn't have to be a purist approach. That said, the general consensus is that the most effective approach is at the non-directive end. Ask yourself where the thinking and ownership lies with the directive approach, not really with the person who it should be with. Allowing a coachee to come up with their own solutions means that they are much more likely to work for them and use the unique skills that they have. A hands-off approach also builds self-awareness, promotes engagement, and develops the ability to solve problems independently and creatively. This is particularly appealing to managers and organisations who are continually seeking to get the best from their most valuable asset, their staff.